Hey friend, don't forget who you were that became who you are and will lead to who you want to become. Hi, I'm Crystal Tottenham from Crystal Clear Coaching. I help you tune into you through many years and certifications of holistic coaching. I have learned so much that is of value for each of us to look at ourselves and understand our patterns and what's in our way to what we actually want in this world, and what's on our heart, what lights us up, what excites us, what we want more of in life and what we want less of. And I think it's important to have an ongoing conversation because it is a whole part of life. Like you're never done with your growth work. There's always something else to work towards, but also let's find peace and trust in ourselves and happiness in small moments on the journey, So today I want to share about this because I moved here to the Gold Coast in Australia from New Zealand late July last year. So it's been about 10 months, just over. And I was hosteling and house sitting for a long time and kind of getting the odd week at a friend's house and just making it work. And that meant I was lugging my bags around all those places, and I very, very thankfully had a couple of friends hold things for me. I got the first lot back a couple of weeks ago, and then I just had the brunt of it. The stuff that I really had been missing was with my other friend, and finally saw her today, and I got my stuff back. So it's so funny because in Queensland it's so hot, and was so hot, getting so hot when I left my stuff at her house 8 months ago, that me as a jeans girl left all my jeans there because I just knew I'm not going to reach for them anytime soon. Now, thankfully, we are in the cooler seasons of the year and I've been missing my jeans. So I have my jeans back. I've got 3 pairs. It's very exciting. And because I've been working at a retail store that's very hippie-like clothing, very flowy, feminine, I've basically been living in maxi dresses, skirts and such. And it's very different to what my style was before I got here, as much as it is very much me at the same time. So like putting on my jeans again today and just checking they still fit was like putting on an old version of myself, but then a version that took me through all my coaching certifications, all my figuring it out, or like many film jobs, many like coffee dates with friends, and with myself, and just like they were what I lived in. My jeans were what I lived in most of the time in New Zealand. So it feels like I've got parts of me back that I had been missing, and I have become more than that. And I know I'm talking about materialistic things, clothes and such, but it just, coming from a costume background, that's actually what I did in film and TV for many years, and probably will do again at some point, was, that I learnt the value of putting on a costume to show up as that version of yourself that you want to be, to show up as the character, just through, witnessing us putting actors and things. Like, it helps them become the character. And sometimes that character is down and out, and that is what it is. But like, if we apply it to our own lives, what could we put on ourselves to become the character that we want to step into, or that we know we need to step into and embody in order to become the person that can hold our dreams and live our dreams, and reach our dreams and get to enjoy our dreams. So there is power in the materialistic, but we just don't want to focus so much on that external material tool, really, because then we start externalizing our worth, and really we can show up from the heart if we choose to. And yes, there might be all sorts of blocks in the way of that, and relationship dynamics, and mental blocks and physical blocks, and there are some things that maybe in this lifetime aren't achievable for certain reasons. And look, like I'll never say completely that there's always a way, but I just think, what can we do to shift? Like, if we were someone like ourselves that we knowed, and like a best friend that was like us but not us, that we actually didn't have like any claim on, any like vested interest in them doing something or not doing something, what would we want for them? Would we think that the thing we need to do in order to reach, for them for their dreams, but you for your dream, or similar dream, would it be achievable for them? And if the answer is yes, it's achievable for them, well then what's different about you that makes it not achievable for you? Is it some subconscious pattern or feeling, some somatic feeling that you've had since you can remember, and you've just decided, and you didn't even know you decided, that that's not possible for you? And if we go back to where did that start? Was it when a certain event happened? An adult around you when you were 4 years old said, you can't do that. And you heard, oh, I know, love and trust this adult. This adult has helped me survive. I need this adult to stay alive, and thus I must stay in love and belonging with this adult. And so as an act of service to show how much I love myself and I'm going to survive and I will stay in love and belonging with this adult, I'll believe them. That's the truth. That's the capital T truth for us in our belief, because we can't do that thing. So I can't do that thing. Well, maybe at 4 years old, that adult told you can't do that thing because you were 4 years old. Maybe at 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, you can do that thing. Maybe it was their own limited mindset. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Sometimes we just need to be willing to be curious, to look, to see, is there maybe more to the situation that could actually uncover a block for me and make something possible that I would be so stoked to create into my reality. So yeah, don't forget the old version of yourself, if that helps you feel like, I felt more like myself by putting on jeans, but also there's parts of me that's so proud to have stepped into a new version of myself. And I think about many of the times, like wearing these back in New Zealand, how I was wishing and hoping to move to Australia at some point, and here I am living it. So it's so easy to get into the monotony in the day-to-day of where you are at now, and I need to remind myself that I've come a long way. But that old part of me is the part of me that learnt all this wonderful coaching, all these wonderful coaching tools, but also took the time to, like, I've spent so many hours, weeks, months, years sitting and being curious about my own mind and how I show up and what goes on for me and my own personal growth, like, which doesn't show hugely on the surface at this point in time. I know it will eventually, but like that part of me has me show up in a different way than I would have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 years ago. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for the younger versions of me that rocked these jeans, and I'm still her. So yeah, I think it's just finding the times when you want to step forward and you can put on that new costume, and maybe it's maybe it's more just you feel into the feelings you want to feel, and it's not actually about a physical, what you're wearing kind of costume. Or maybe it's just that you do your hair nicely, or you do your makeup, or you put on some jewelry and that makes you feel amazing. Whatever it is for you. There is just so many ways we can help ourselves by being willing to be curious about what's in our way to the things that truly light us up. Because I want you to be fully lit up in this world, fully sovereign within yourself, trust yourself, love yourself. And, you know, I want everyone really to be like that, in a way that we show up and we notice if we're hurting ourselves or others, and we actively choose not to do that because it just doesn't feel good. That we actively choose things that lift people up, lift ourselves up first and foremost. If we just deal with ourselves only, and we're only lifting ourselves up, like if everyone did that, wouldn't we be in a better place? Because at least we're each covering our needs first. A few things to think about there today, but I will leave it at that for tonight. I hope you get curious for yourself, and you know, if you want to put on a costume to step in a new version of yourself, please let me know if you do in the comments. I would love to hear what that costume is for you. Okay, much love. See you tomorrow.